Great. So, ma'am, I'm really happy to have you. First of all, thank you so much for accepting my invitation. I remember first video I watched of yours with Sunita ji on parenting, which left me speechless, like which made me realize that how rich she is in experience and talking about emotional connectivity and bonds. So, I loved it. And
Thank
I
you.
welcome you on Gayatri's English Hub, and I hope we provide something good to the audience, right?
Right, right. Let's hope for the best. Break a leg.
Yeah, sure. So, ma'am, I would really request you to go for an introduction of yours, and then we will start.
Okay, so Gayatri, this side Ritu Pathak, and I am connect to you from Agra. I'm an English teacher, mentor, communicator, and public speaker at the same time. And you can say I am an English enthusiast. So I love to connect with people who talk in English with me, and I leave no stone unturned to grab the opportunity. So the moment I got your golden message, I can say, like, people are using golden opportunity, so I will say diamond opportunity. I don't want to let it go. So here I am with you. So that's all for me.
Yeah, that's my pleasure that you are saying my message was a golden message, but your acceptance was the cherry on the cake. When you accepted, I was first scared, but then I said, "Oh, let's try." So I loved it, right? So
Thank you.
you have been training people for a very good time. To be honest, I think today all my sessions are with trainers only. Even before this, I recorded a session with Sunil, Mr. Sunil. He has
Oh,
also a YouTube channel, so he's also an amazing trainer. I talked to him. Now you are one of the trainers here, so my audience is going to get the gold out of you people.
yeah.
Um, so we have not prepared anything, but today is Women's Day. Let's talk
Hmm.
on this. I want to hear
Right.
from
But
about.
Gayatri, you gave me the topic on why should we feel motivated, or why should we have a motivation in our life?
Now we
Yeah.
can relate this topic. We can merge it with women, right? So
No
why
worries.
women need motivation? Can you start with this?
Right. Motivation is especially a driving force, I can say. For me, it worked every time for me, which is, yeah, not needed only by women in particular, but by each and every living human being on this planet. And women are, yeah, something different and special because they have a lot on their plate. And at the same time, they have to consume, that kind of special energy to keep going in their life. So that what I can relate with myself is you are relating this beautiful intense term with womanhood. So I can only say, Gayatri, here that women, especially women, yes, we need a kind of motivation in our life. You know why? Because I feel personally that motivation is a driving force, right? I consider this as a driving force that keeps you on the track of success. And in the process, you may come across a different kind of experimentations and hindrances, obstacles. But if you are a motivated person, then that motivation can lead you going on and on without looking back. So sometimes when women they connect with me, they say that, ma'am, now we are enjoying motherhood. That's good. But in this process, in this journey, we actually forgot whom we are and who we used to be before marriage. But to all, this is a shout out to all those women here that please don't forget your existence in this world. Take some time for your me time, where you feel happy. Now, English makes me happy. So, yeah, after winding up all my household chores, I make it a point to sit in my workshop, do some sessions, teach my students because this is the only way that lead me to keep myself going on. So this is my motivation. So you must have a motivation in your life because Gayatri, it boosts productivity as well. Sometimes people are so lethargic because they don't have motivation in their lives. So all those darlings who want to do something in their life, they want to keep themselves ahead of time. They want to be leaders, not the followers. Please be motivated. The motivation you can get from anyone, from your parents, from your future, from your children. Like for women, especially housewives, for them, what is motivation? It's not funny, it's very serious. Their meetings with their class teachers, I mean, with their children's class teacher, they feel motivated to learn this language, to speak like a pro when they meet their class teacher, so as to make their children proud. Wow, it's such a wonderful feeling. And so I can connect here a string that motivation gives you strong relationship. It connects you with people. When you are motivated, you have no time to criticize others, right? And in this way, you can keep yourself out of that negative zone where you can love yourself, where you can be sanguine, where you can be optimistic at the same time. Now, what happens? Now, when you are positive, when you emit that kind of love, respect, and positivity, people around you will get something from you and they will never forget you, right? So, I am that kind of person. I feel pride in that. When people say that, ma'am, you are so good, we love you, we respect you. You know why? Because I make a point, Gayatri, in my life. I'm not beating about the bush, or I'm not boasting about myself. What I experienced, I'm just telling you that truth. People say me. So, that is my motivation. Sometimes if I want to get into the pit of negativity, these kind of dialogues, they make me back and bounce back to again my positive zone. So yes, my children, my students, I mean, I call my students my children, so don't get me wrong. My students, my kids, they are my kids, their parents, people around me, my family, my husband, my children, my maids, they are my motivations. They keep me going on and on. When I look at my sad face, then I feel that if my maid can smile when she has nothing to be, to feel comfortable at, if she can smile, why can't I? So at that moment, she is my motivation. And it instantly reduces your stress and anxiety. So a person, if you could feel my words, you can also have felt something like that way someday. That when you feel motivated, instantly you feel de-stressed and happy once again. So, right? Keep negativity out of your life at bay. When you are motivated, people will not only respect you, they will love you, and they want to connect with you over and over again. If you are motivated, if you are always a crybaby, nobody wants to connect with you, right? They want to run away from you. But to be an optimistic and efficiently good person, you need to be motivated. So what do you think? Am I right?
Obviously, you are rich in experience, the expertise you bring. It's not about subjective expertise, that subjective matter. It's also about the life experiences you have come through and you have, come across in your life. Definitely, at times it pushes you. Motivation, which you get from the people when you question that, yes, if the house helper, she can smile, why can't I, right? They don't have much to be happy or they don't have much to be proud on, but still we are the one who have a lot of things, we have a lot of blessings, but then we keep cribbing about things.
Right,
Great
right,
motivation. And
right.
women should get motivated at times to bring back their existence, right? Existent as a human being, not as a mother. Obviously, this is so beautiful that you are a mother. When you become a mother, that's the best feeling in the world you can ever experience, that you have, made one more body from your body. You have nurtured for 9 months and bringing that soul in the world. That's the biggest task, I would ever say. But then it's really important at times to have the identity as Gayatri or as so and so
Hmm.
person, right? It's really important.
Perfect.
Why always I should be introduced as that she's my mother or she's my wife or she's my sister, or she's why not she is she, right? For
Yes,
that she is
yes.
she, I feel that motivation should be there. And this particular thing brings me to the next question, ma'am. See, every girl has different dreams, and there is nothing wrong in that, right? I have come across girls since their childhood, or maybe when they cross their teenage, they start planning to get married, and they dream about that, and they plan a lot that I want to have my destination wedding, or I want to get done this, that, everything, which is so beautiful, right? It's the day which comes only once in your life. But then when you had to, or you have to guide the young girls for the independence, right? They must acquire, they must long for, or they must work for, or they must, that should not be that, oh, I want to be wife, or I want to be that so and so person, right? So what is the existence? So how will you make understand the young girls today that it is so important to have your own identity in all the terms, right? You should be financially independent, mentally independent, physically independent, emotionally independent. So what is this for you, and how do you guide yourself for this and your daughter for this?
Gayatri, it's a very, very intense question, and I would love to answer that. There is only one word when you have asked this question, only one word rang in my mind, and that is education. Educate yourself as much as you can. Darling, believe me, this is my own personal experience. If you are an educated person, see, we can't foretell what is in bag for future. We don't know how life will give you. It will give you oranges or apples or guavas or whatever it will give you. Life is full of ups and downs. We have to face the struggles. When we came on this earth, we must understand that life is not a piece of cake. It's already full of thorns, right? If you want to be a rose, you have to bear the pain of thorns at the same time. But at the same time, having said that, education can be the strongest weapon, as said by Nelson Mandela, if you remember, that education is the strongest weapon, and that's so true. You know, I was very skeptical about my own life. A day came when I was groping in the dark, when I didn't know what next, you know. But when my children grew up, I bounced back, and this time with full vigor and energy, because I was educated. And with the help of that staircase, I keep on going on and on. And still, I'm learning a lot from wonderful people like you, from my students. Even if I have a cute bond with a third-year-old student, with a 5-year-old student, I wish to learn something or to have a valuable takeaway from that. So I should say to all the women, not the women, we are talking about girls especially, educate yourself. Marriage is something which is going to happen someday or the other. It will happen definitely, but educate yourself as much as you can, so that you can lead a life of your own dream. Okay, like your husband is well off, your family is well to do, and you can buy anything. You can buy any piece of jewelry you put your hands on. You can buy any costly dress, even if it costs an arm and a leg, you can buy it. Okay, that's so true. But that happiness, when you are earning, when you are self independent, when you don't have to look at your husband's handsome face to just borrow some money, that feeling is something different, I bet. So be educated, girls. Yes, you will be married soon, sooner or later. It is going to happen. But if you are educated, you can survive. By survive, I can say literally. I'm not talking about, yes, sometime if you can just rummage about, on Google or on any news app, you will be able to see those sad news where girls were put to death. So education is the only motivation in my life, and I was also just convey this message through your platform, through your beautiful and esteemed channel, that please, girl, be educated. Because if you have education as a motivation in your life, again I'm connecting education and motivation together, then you will be a self disciplined person. A self disciplined person, is absolutely a standalone personality. If you are disciplined, if you are punctual in your life, you will teach something to the society in person. Like if I am a very punctual and disciplined person, definitely my children will learn this lesson from me. So please make your moral values high so that people can imitate you. And personally, Gayatri, I don't want to be a follower. I want to be a leader. But for that, I worked a lot in my life. I have today also a lot on my plate. As you can see, I'm a woman. I have a lot of responsibilities. Still, I'm here in front of you. So now you can see that how disciplined and how you can say self-disciplined and punctual I am. Because I had this session with you. And if you can see that I was there at 1:30 as promised. So before that, I planned everything. So I can say, Gayatri, in a nutshell, that a motivated person, I got this motivation that I have to connect with a beautiful person like you today. So when a motivated person wakes up, he wakes up or she wakes up with enthusiasm and energy. Believe me, without motivation, without education, life can be stagnant. Come out of it. Like, I don't know why youngsters all the time they complain we are depressed. I would ask one question from these youngsters: how can you get time to feel depressed? I mean, till day, okay, sometimes I also felt depressed. It's a white lie. It will be a white lie if I say that I never felt depressed. No, no. Sometimes there were hardships in my life too, but I came out of it instantly because I think that if I will be a negative person for a very long period of time, then that will be stagnant. That means that negativity will stay in my life for long and maybe forever. So, what would I give to my children, to my family, if I myself, a depressed person? So be motivated, stay calm, be patient. Like English, English is a motivation for most of the beginners. Let's connect with this language. People, they are, they want to learn this language. This is a very, rhythmical and beautiful language. So they have this motivation. So when you are motivated to do something, you always have that positive mindset, and definitely, your positive mindset in turn will make you happy and proud of your own self. So don't think about the world, think about yourself. If you are motivated, if you are self disciplined, if you are punctual, you will definitely spread positivity in the whole society as a whole, right?
Honestly, this is so true, ma'am. And I believe that you are so true at the point when you said that education is a weapon for girls. If they get educated, they will get the respect they deserve. They will get the consideration they seek for, and they fight for. At times, coming from the society, I'm not talking about the tier 1, tier 2 cities, they are well educated, well versed, they know how to consider the efforts of women, right? At times they consider men who are educated enough, but the society I come from, I know that how women are treated there. Women are caged, no matter how educated they
Yes.
are. Women are put behind the walls. You cannot walk around, you cannot talk to people, you cannot talk to strangers, you don't have any rights to connect to people outside. There could be many reasons. Either they have not utilized the education they have had so far, and they
Yes.
do not want to continue with that because they feel that after getting married, you are all about taking care of your families, in-laws, children, husband, and whatnot, and they forget their own existence. Or women are not educated enough, so they don't know what is happening in the world, how women are thriving in their lives, how they are shining, how they are flying in the sky, how they are giving a very tough competition to the men, right? See, there is nothing like hatred to the men and the gender, because I'm
Right.
not that pseudo feminist girl who fights against the whole gender as men, that I don't need a man. No, I do support, I come from the father, like I have a father, my brother, they are quite supportive at times. So I do need support of a man, no matter what. But then education is something that women fight for equality. They say that we need equality. If you need equality, you must. Okay, so for example, I will give you an example. If a family decides to purchase a flat and they do not consider your opinion as a whole,
Hmm.
right? There could be two reasons. Either they do not prioritize you much, or maybe you are the one who doesn't have any understanding about the market and how things work. So I think if you are educated enough, if you know how the market functions, if you know the rates of the properties, if you have your strong, firm beliefs that I am the one who has to live at home, I will see that what is the security measurement the particular society takes, what all the amenities do I really get. I will go first, I will check it out. If you have that firm determination to put your opinion out like this, then you will be considered. Or if you say, I have seen a lot of females saying, "अरे मुझे कुछ नहीं आता, आप देख लो." No, then you are pushing yourself back, right? That's what I feel
Exactly.
about women. So there could be multiple reasons that maybe they are not educated enough. They don't know what is happening in the world. That's why they say to their men and their, sons and their daughters that you see yourself. I don't know much about it. If you don't know much about it, know much about it. Go and learn,
Yes.
right? Learn about
Yes.
it. Yeah.
Exactly. Because there are a lot of women in my family who don't want to come out of that comfort zone. Now
Uh-huh.
they are at fault.
Mm-hmm.
I told you now earlier that we are not responsible for the whole world. You have to take stand for yourself. You have to take a stand for your own personality if you want to be something or someone in this life. Otherwise, live life like others, no matter what happens to you. So we all are responsible for the type of life we are leading. So that's all I can say about it. And voice your thoughts, right? Start voicing your thoughts. Don't think, act accordingly. Like we think, okay, when people come in touch with me, they say that, ma'am, you're so wonderful. How can you make so powerful a speech? When I have in person, I mean, I conduct a lot of seminars. I go for public speaking as well. They come in person and they praise me a lot and they want to be like me. So I said that I was like you years back,
Yeah.
but I don't choose to continue with the same process. I came out of my comfort zone. I wake up at 4 o'clock. I already prepared breakfast, lunch for my family because I knew that I would be out of house at that time. And I don't want to let them suffer on behalf of me. So I worked out. So if I can work accordingly, you too can work accordingly. But you want to sleep. You want to waste your time. So, darling, that makes a difference. If you want to be in your comfort zone and you want everything in your life, that's gonna happen. No, it's quite paradoxical, you can say like
This is so true. I know women who sleep in afternoon saying and making the fact that if I don't sleep in afternoon, it makes me anxious, or maybe it gives me headache, or I don't feel comfortable, or it makes me down in energy and whatnot. And then I feel like then these are the same people who fight for their own rights, right? So if you get two
that.
hours free for yourself, better you use those 2 hours, right, to learn something out.
Right, right,
No worries. I think it will take a long while to make people understand and to encourage and to endorse them more. Great. I remember a father, I think Rajni ma'am took his name, and recently I have also interviewed him. He has three beautiful daughters, and he is the one who is trying his best to get them educated in the best way possible and making sure that those three young angels become independent and they do not have to look for other person to support, right? Great.
right,
So, then I have a next question, ma'am. For women, right? At times they feel that they want to do something, they do really have the real reasons behind it. When they're, we cannot say that they will have excuses. Their kids are very young, or maybe they have recently they have become mother or something like that, or maybe if they want to do something, they don't know what to do, they are not able to understand what could be the forte they can get in, or what could be the field they can get in. They are educated, they have done graduation, masters, but just because of the long break they have taken, the
Break.
industry is not going to accept the industry they have done
Yeah,
masters or specialization in. So, what would you say to those women who want to do something but are not able to declutter and are not able to keep up with the market standards or recent time what is happening? So, what can they do?
right. A very, very complicated but good question at the same time, a very powerful one. So I would just suggest that please start working on yourself. Start brushing up on your skills. Maybe dust gathered on those skills. So it happened a lot. You know, when I started teaching online, my first student, you will not believe it, but it is very true. To be very honest, I forgot what I used to be, how I used to talk, because it was such a long gap, you know. I just till I just flip back the pages that okay, where is grammar? Where are all the rules? Where are all the guidelines? I forgot even to structure a basic sentence. So it happened with me as well. So true. But when you bounce back, like in your lifespan, if you want to give a second chance to your dreams, to your aspirations, then please start brushing up your skills. First, boost your confidence. Search for the lost confidence. Because at first place, believe me, confidence is the only emotion that will help you throughout your life. Even if I am a fluent speaker, you can relate it with yourself as well. Even if we can talk like well, even we have a lot of connections with higher authorities, but we don't have confidence. We lack in confidence. Believe me, we will not go further. So, first of all, work on your confidence level. Start connecting with not your relatives, start connecting with people from the outside world. Go out, enjoy social parties, connect with your old friends. Okay, connect that bond. Slowly and gradually, you will come back in your old self. And from there, you can start your journey. You can also work from home. There are a lot of companies, you know, if you are an active member of LinkedIn, I'm very active on LinkedIn as well. So just join these kind of apps, Naukri app, which will truly help you out. Start uh, going on, you know, on a short trip with your friend circle to boost your confidence. Then when you are comfortable with your new self or your new personality, you can bounce back. The way, you know, women have that power, believe me. They can track their own progress. They can come out of any problem, but the condition is they must want it to happen, right? Most of the problem we don't want to happen. Like there is an aunt, I mean, she is a distinct relation, in my distinct relation. She can do wonders. She's so intelligent. I pursued her all the time. And my last year, I remember that you can do, you please come out, you can do, you have that. But no, she surrendered completely. That I'm happy with whatever I am doing in my life. I'm happy with my children. I don't need money because she is one of the richest families in Agra. So see, now she is repenting. Have I listened to you on that day, my life would have been something different. But this is very true, Gayatri. And when you mentioned that we didn't want to come out of our zone, that is so true. So you have to strategize your life, you have to come up with an efficient planner, and then you work accordingly. Nothing happens overnight. After a break, you need a perfect strategy. Plan everything, because we know that after a break, after a long break or short break, it's very difficult for us to come back. But if you have that kind of drive, if you have that kind of motivation, you can still do wonders because you have that natural magic in your personality. So you have to just like Hanumanji, he was taking care of that. I mean, Ramchandji, he made him to realize what power he has, and then he bounced back with that power because he knew well that he was powerful. And Hanumanji is still considered as the most powerful deity in in Hindu religion. So Hanumanji, he didn't forget everything. He didn't forget. He made us to realize, simple human beings, that we all have that hidden power. Just we have to wait for the right time to shine and reflect.
This is so true. For the women who want to do something, they do have skills, but somehow they are not confident enough to have that, mindset that yes, I can put my skill out, because they believe that it's been over a decade gap, or maybe over 5 years, 6 years, 8 years, I have not been. So I don't know how to keep up with the industry, how to keep up with the expectations which the current industry has. So you have given amazing answers that do not forget what you have learned, repolish it,
Yes,
bring it back, revise things, learn, have that attitude of learning all the time, right? You cannot be,
all the
no,
time.
my age is not to learn. It's not like that. If you
Right,
might
right, right,
need more
right.
time, but you can do it, right? So, ma'am, we are left with 3 minutes, and in 3 minutes, I would like you to, give a piece of advice to the women out there. What would you
All
like to say?
right. Like, see, all women are a masterpiece. We are very strong. We have to just revitalize our energy, refine our own self. Please educate yourself. Okay, if you have little kids, start teaching them. That is a very natural way to brush up on your own skills. It will be a win-win situation. If you start teaching your children, then what is happening? You are not even wasting your time, but you are investing a lot in your own self. And always think that you have your own personality. It's good if you are shouldering on a lot of responsibilities. It is good. We can't walk away from our own responsibilities, but in the process, girls, women, don't forget yourself. You are wonderful, and you will be wonderful. If you are happy, your family will be happy. I bet on that. So if you are negative, if you are frustrated, if you are depressed, you will make, or you will just create a negative atmosphere in your family. That will not be good. And I think that nobody wants that kind of negative impact on children, in the family, or we don't want to behave personally in a very negative manner with anyone. So if you want to be that positive person, just bring back those positive vibes in your life. Maybe through listening to any motivational speaker, or read some self help books, or whatever. The way we all know, and the ways they vary from person to person. So just cater to your own choice and bring back your own self. So that's all.
This conversation has been quite intense, I must say, and I have learned a lot as a girl, as a woman, as a future leader. Because I want to be a leader. I never loved being a follower, so I would continue my journey in the same way. And I would again say thank you so much, ma'am, for joining me. I think I need many more conversations to understand you more and your philosophies and your learnings. So I look forward to have more conversations with you. Thank you so much.
Right. So bye bye, Gayatri.
Bye bye. Thank
Likewise,
you.
and I also appreciate your reaching out to me. So bye
Thank you
bye,
so much.
darling. Take care. God
Thank you, sir.
bless you.
God bless. Thank you
Welcome.
so much.